one, their like product velocity has been really high. They know how to ship, they know how to improve, they know how to update. That's been amazing. And two, they've really nailed the like shallow value. If you go watch that programmers are human, YouTube video, you'll see when you get deep in these things, they can get really, really painful and frustrating. And as you do it, a lot of the YouTube video would resonate with you. Like, oh yeah, that is funny. I have wanted to bang my head against the wall. But Cursor doesn't try to solve those right now. They're trying to solve that. Is your first hour in this thing valuable? And did you feel like it was a game changer? And I think most people do. And so they come back. And then if you want to get the most out of it, you got to do garbage stuff, like annoying stuff, like set up cursor rules as like giant markdown files that I need to maintain across my org or across my repos. And it's hard to have default. That's like an enterprise feature, but they're not building for that yet. They're so focused on the product velocity on that shallow value. And so they've just done that effectively, but they found the shallow value that we all get when we go try it. And I'm happy to patch together the stuff to get the deeper value that I see. Maybe they make it harder for me to get that because they go different directions and see deeper value in different ways to build for enterprises and recurring enterprise licenses or whatever. Yet to be seen, but yeah, kind of two different problems there. So I think back to your original point, I think if you're at an org, think about those things. Like I think a good mentality is like, how do I put myself out of a job? And you'll find that you suddenly have a lot more work to do,
Yeah.
And if you're an entrepreneur, I would, you kind of have to wear a lot of these hats and be thinking like, where am I going to get the data? How am I going to build the taste? And how am I going to identify the thing that I need to build and then build it?
Yeah. And just to say it explicitly on this taste point, I agree with something Aaron Francis said. He's a DevRel in the like Laravel SQLite kind of ecosystem. And he said, let LLMs be good at the things LLMs are good at, and let humans be good at the things humans are good at. Don't over-optimize for throwing every possible thing at an LLM, because then you very quickly end up coming off as someone who's just throwing AI slop out in the world. And, still write your outreach messages. I'll say transparently, the reason I have this job is that someone at the company clearly wrote a handwritten outreach message to me on LinkedIn. And in a sea of recruiters where it's like, hello, Derek, all caps, it just really stood out. And I was like, oh, this person knows who I am specifically. This wasn't, just one of 500. And that meant a lot. So whatever your job is, aspects of it should get a lot faster, and make sure you're one of the people finding out how to do that. And know that just as when the Industrial Revolution made it easy for us to spit out t-shirts, and they became a commodity that was available to more people, the artisanal t-shirt, right, the one that's of high quality, also rose in value. And so letting humans be good at what they're good at, whether that's being on camera, God forbid this entire stream was like 2 AI faces in May 2025, that is not a compelling thing to do. But letting LLMs be good at what they're good at, such as writing code, writing scripts, generating data, parsing the data, and then having a conversation with you in Andrew's role, making important decisions about what Recall does next and how to do it. That's something an LLM is not good at today, but he's doing a great job leveraging an LLM to get as far as possible to a good answer. So any closing thoughts for people that are here before we wrap up?
No, I'd say, yeah, I mean, we gave people an extra 30 minutes free here. So probably good time to stop talking. We'll bill everybody for that 30 minutes later. So
however many tokens of output have come out of our mouths. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for joining me, Derek. This was fun. We'll do it again.
Yeah, total pleasure. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, hang out on X, and we're also on YouTube. But most importantly, come say hi in Discord. Andrew and I are both there all the time, and we got a lot of stuff going on. So looking forward to building with you in the future. Have a great day.